A shocking new claim from ICE Acting Director Todd Lyons accusing a Democrat Senate staffer of fraudulently posing as legal representation for an illegal migrant.
Yeah, so someone's about to be in some very big trouble. Now, this is Senator Tammy Duckworth of Illinois. And this person right here is a staffer belonging to Tammy Duckworth. And apparently, according to Homeland Security, this staffer lied about being an attorney belonging to an illegal immigrant at this facility and got them out of the facility. Oh, and apparently Governor J.B. Pritzker is also tied to this case. We'll get to that later in the video. Now, before we start the video, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as well. And you would think this is one of the biggest stories ever, but the mainstream media is hardly talking about this, so make sure to like the video, get it out there, so people can see what the heck is going on here.
ICE Acting Director Todd Lyons accusing a Democrat Senate staffer of fraudulently posing as legal representation for an illegal migrant in Illinois. That staffer allegedly coming from Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth's office.
Okay, so first things first, these are massive allegations, and this is what Homeland Security said straight on X, formerly known as Twitter. This Senator Duckworth staff member allegedly claimed to be the lawyer of a 40-year-old illegal immigrant who had been deported to Mexico 4 times. You heard that correctly. 4 times, and had a DUI conviction in order to seek his release from custody. He accomplished this by falsifying an official Department of Homeland Security form. So we have a lot going on here. Already off the bat, you have a senator tied to this. Number 2, you have an illegal immigrant who's already been deported 4 times and has a DUI conviction, and to top it all off, we have a staff member belonging to a senator who allegedly falsified documents alleging to be an attorney belonging to an illegal immigrant who was deported 4 times and got him out of the facility.
Hi, Sandra. A letter has been delivered from Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons to the office of Senator Tammy Duckworth, accusing one of her staffers of misrepresenting himself as a lawyer in order to get an illegal immigrant released from federal custody after he was picked up as part of Operation Midway Blitz.
Okay, so I hope you caught that. That illegal immigrant was arrested during Operation Midway Blitz, and the Trump administration keeps saying there is so much opposition during Operation Midway Blitz, but a lot of it seems to be coming from the lawmakers themselves. Well, now in this case, it might not be the lawmaker exactly, but one of the staffers belonging to a lawmaker. And I want to show you this recent headline right here. Hundreds detained by immigration agents in Midway Blitz could be released after judge's order. It's on all levels. Judges, governors, lawmakers. You have pushback from the protesters themselves. It seems like the Trump administration is exclusively facing this pushback in Chicago alone. When you look at the broad scheme of this whole deportation operation from the Trump administration, Chicago and Illinois is giving the biggest pushback.
Lawyer in order to get an illegal immigrant released from federal custody after he was picked up as part of Operation Midway Blitz. Lyons and his staff released a video they claim shows a staffer named Edward York on October 29th having traveled to Missouri where the detainee was being held. Now, that detainee is Jose Ismael Ayuso Sandoval, and ICE claims he's a 4-time deportee and also has a conviction for DUI. They claim York filled out a G-28 form known as a Notice of Appearance as Attorney or Accredited Representation form, when in fact York, according to ICE, is not an attorney. So the meat of the letter boils down to one line. In a discussion with a federal officer, York claimed to be Mr. Ayuso's attorney.
Okay, so here comes the fun part. This is the actual form we are talking about that staffer was signing in that video. This is a G-28, Notice of Entry of Appearance as Attorney or Accredited Representative. Now, there's only 2 things that really could have happened here, and that's why ICE is really scratching their head. Number 1, that staffer could be the most incompetent staffer ever, and they totally signed the wrong form and they were not paying attention. Or number two, like it clearly says at the very top of the form, the staffer wrote through this whole form, signed all the documentation with the intent to falsify the documents, which is why Homeland Security sent their own letter and asked, hey, why did one of your staffers fill out this entire form that literally says notice of entry of appearance as attorney or accredited representative? You guys can leave your comments down below, but as I always do on my channel, I try to show you guys the full scope of the story. This is literally the form that person was signing and did sign.
York filled out a G28 form known as a notice of appearance as attorney or accredited representation form, when in fact York, according to ICE, is not an attorney. So the meat of the letter boils down to one line. In a discussion with a federal officer, York claimed to be Mr. Ayuso's attorney. Now, included in the letter is a post from the Montgomery County, Illinois Democrats, apparently from October, stating that a Duckworth staffer was headed to get Sandoval released. It did not intend to reveal that he worked for Duckworth, and Governor Pritzker's office is heavily involved, according to that post.
Wow.
Now, we know that Edward York is, in fact, staff for Senator Duckworth. He is a caseworker who is supposed to help constituents with different problems. He is not listed with the bar in Illinois or Missouri.
Again, there's so many red flags with this story. He's not even listed under the bar, so he's not even an attorney. So again, I don't know how they're going to get out of this other than just saying, sorry, he signed the wrong document.
Court's office confirms they have received the letter. They have found problems with it, right down to the fact that the JB in Governor J.B. Pritzker is spelled wrong. A representative Duckworth's office says this one requires lawyers to look at it before they issue a formal response.
Okay, and this is the game of politics. The Duckworth staff, Senator Duckworth herself, they have received the letter. They've confirmed. However, they pointed out, just so you guys know, J.B. Pritzker's name is spelled wrong, thus null and void. We're not going to look into it yet, or we're not going to comment on it. Hey, real quick, before we continue, make sure to please subscribe to my channel so I can keep you up to date with stories just like this. And if you see the QR code, that's for people watching TV. Just use your cell phone, scan the QR code. It's way easier to subscribe to my channel that way as well. Thank you guys so much. So, as I make this video, there is no comment from Senator Tammy Duckworth or anything from her staff. We have nothing at all. However, the Governor Gavin Newsom team, they did make a comment about something that just happened with a former staffer.
Now at 1:30 breaking news, federal officials have charged former chief of staff to Governor Gavin Newsom, Dana Williamson, with public corruption, fraud, obstruction of justice, and tax crimes. The 23-count indictment accuses Williamson of conspiring to divert nearly $250,000 from a dormant political campaign to an associate's personal use. The indictment also alleges that Williamson filed false tax returns claiming more than $1 million in business deductions for personal expenses, including a private jet and luxury hotel stays.
I'm telling you guys, politics is a very dirty game. I mean, we don't know what happens behind the scenes, and we do expect, again, there's going to be professionalism, and these are some of the most trustworthy people to do their jobs, right? I mean, they're helping out the people who are supposed to be creating the environment for the United States to be the best country on earth. However, we have stuff like this going on.
She is set to make an appearance in a Sacramento federal courthouse later this afternoon. Williamson left the governor's office in December 2024.
Which means they were still a part of the team, chief of staff, while working for Governor Gavin Newsom.
Spokesperson for Newsom issued a statement saying, quote, while we are still learning details of the allegations, the governor expects all public servants to uphold the highest standards of integrity at a time when the president is openly calling for his attorney general to investigate his political enemies. It is especially important to honor the American principle of being innocent until proven guilty in a court of law by a jury of one's peers.
I have no idea how the Gavin press team is always able to do it, but I swear in almost all of their press releases, they somehow make it about President Donald Trump. How does this have to do with President Trump in any way, shape, or form at all? Well, they somehow managed to do it, and of course they had to throw his name in there or appeal to President Donald Trump in some sort of negative way. But that is the response, and at least Gavin Newsom gave a response. Senator Tammy Duckworth didn't even say anything about what's going on. And the reason why I'm making this a big issue is because, hey, we are taxpayers. We are paying for your staffers. And if you have a staffer who allegedly was pretending to be a lawyer and got somebody out of a facility who has 4 prior deportations and 1 DUI conviction, I think as taxpayers, whether Democrat or Republican, I think, hey, we can actually come together here like we always tried to promote on my channel and figure out what the heck is going on, because we're paying for this. Now, interesting enough, this is not the first time we've actually caught Senator Duckworth really wasting time and money when it comes to the taxpayers. Check this out.
Illinois' 2 U.S. senators shut out from visiting the inside of the facility, but they used the opportunity to meet with protesters outside.
Thank you for doing what's right, because what they're doing is wrong.
Durbin says he's visited sporadically over the years without incident until the Trump administration took over.
I've never had this kind of stonewalling by any presidential administration. Something's going on in there that they don't want us to see.
So basically, these 2 senators decided to try and go to the Broadview ICE facility unannounced, even though the new policy is you have to show up announced. So what happened was they showed up unannounced, had entire media crews with them, and of course that is breaking the policy. So the point I always make on my channel, even if you are a Democrat, left-leaning voter and you hate deportations, I think this should probably bother you as well, because nothing got done today. Nothing was actually accomplished. There was no oversight because they chose not to follow the policy. And whether or not they like the policy, that's besides the point, but they didn't follow the actual policy, and all of our money and time was wasted. So this right here, again, I really think is a moment in time where Democrats and Republicans can come together and actually expose the fact that, hey, our taxpayer money is being wasted with these unannounced visits because nothing got done.
I don't know what it is, but all Americans should be asking the same question. What is it? Can you justify it under the Constitution?
Both Durbin and Duckworth laud the federal court temporary restraining order that says National Guard troops cannot be on active duty in Illinois for at least the next 14 days.
It is not appropriate to militarize our cities. It is not appropriate to activate National Guard troops and send them into our cities. Our National Guard men and women are doing a fantastic job. But you know what? They sign up to be tank drivers. They should be practicing driving tanks.
And again, they're talking about the National Guard. They were supposed to be at this facility to make sure the environment of the Broadview ICE facility was proper and good to go. Instead, they're standing outside of the facility and they're talking about the National Guard. This is why I like to point this out for the viewers who hate ICE and deportations and all of that. I don't think people realize this is also happening. Like, you're not actually getting what you're paying for from a lot of these senators who are supposed to be doing the oversight. If I was super passionate about helping illegal immigrants and making sure their environment is good to go, why would you not give the 3-day notice to make sure everything is okay? Because that obviously is not happening. We're talking about the National Guard when they were supposed to be doing oversight. But the entire point of this whole spiel is that taxpayer money has been wasted, and we've actually seen this before when it comes to Tammy Duckworth. Now, for those of you that stuck around for the video, I'm going to give you a little surprise that I don't think anyone knows even exists. You're going to get the T-SPLY exclusive. So thank you so much for being here. Make sure to please subscribe. Make sure to like the video. This is Kristen Mink. She doesn't have a lot of followers. I don't think a lot of people even know who she is. But this is Montgomery County Council District 5. Okay, she represents this district. When you scroll down on her social media, she has something right here. Yesterday morning at 7:25 a.m., ICE agents that have been ripping loved ones from their families across Montgomery and Prince George's counties crossed a parking lot to get in my face, pull me by the arm, and attempt to grab my phone. So we actually have exclusive footage straight from her, and I am very interested to see what you guys think about this. Again, this has not gone viral. None of the major conservative outlets even know this exists. I've been holding on to this. And we're going to play it for you guys. We're doing this live. All right, get ready for this. I think you're going to be shocked. Not a staff member, but an actual council member.
Come on over here. Come here. Hey, I told you about that shit. Get away. Did I tell you about that? Get away. Come on. Stay where you are. Go.
Don't touch me.
You need to go. All right, mind your own business. You gotta go. You gotta go. Come on. You gotta go. Go. Get over there. Go. Go.
Don't touch me.
No,
Don't
but
touch
you gotta
me.
go over there.
Don't touch
You gotta go.
me. Don't
go
grab
over
my
there. Get over
phone.
there. Go over there.
I'm behind TikTok Liquors Monday morning.
Now, again, according to her, she was the one that's attacked, even though she's obviously walking up on these agents.
Vehicle looks like it's about to drive into me.
And of course, she is filming all of the license plates as well. Again, this is an exclusive. I know nobody has seen this video because it has 1.6 thousand views and only 36, not likes, but the emojis you see on Facebook. I do find it interesting, though, she blurred out this license plate, but she didn't blur out the other ones?
I think this might be the car. Where they took somebody? Damn.
Okay, so that's the video. Again, you're getting an exclusive here. Nobody has seen that, and this is Kristen Mink. I've never personally heard of her. No disrespect to her, but yeah, that's her. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I really try to be as fair as possible with my critiques, bring all the arguments together so you guys can have a fair assessment of what's going on. And again, I really try to advocate for peace on my channel, so please pray for peace. Thank you guys so much for being here. God bless, and we'll see you all later. Thank you.